Well, hello MouseWorks fans, and welcome to another edition of What's in the Box. And for this week I've got some stuff that came in from overseas that I ordered a long time ago, paid for a long time ago, but it's finally here, it's finally in existence. So let's pop open the box and see what I got. Okay, so the box is kind of big, probably a little bigger than the screen, so but let's get cutting this open. And as always, if you like these box opening segments, please subscribe and hit the bell so you always get updates on every time I get something that's new and exciting. And be sure to tell your friends and share this video and tell me what you think in the comments down below. Wow, they got this one set in there pretty good. A new knife or something. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see what we got here. It's kind of a short box, but it's a deep box. So I will pull this out of there, which is packed really tight, and show you what is in there. Ta-da! It's finally here. This is one of the model kits that's been on my bucket list for a long time. Academy did the Nighthawk and the Blackhawk and the Pavehawk. They never did a Seahawk with the 60B with the different engines and the Rotodome and all that stuff. So anyways, I'm very excited about this kit. And let's take a look, see what we got. Great box art, by the way. That is just awesome. For a while there, it didn't look like this was going to actually get produced by Kitty Hawk, but they finally did it. And there's the side. There's that side with the big old tiger on the side, or tiger tail. And there's some of the different versions that they are giving decals for, and credit to the lady who designed that tiger eye. And that right there. Man, it's I thought it'd be in a bigger box but flatter, but they did in a smaller box but thicker. So let's crack this one open. All right. So we've got the instructions. We'll go through those here in a bit. Box, probably clear parts. And there is the fuselage, which that's why they could get it in a smaller box, because the tail's cut off. It's foldable on the Navy version. So, and I'll go through all these racks independently. Looks like some of the engine parts there. This is going to be quite a project, looks like. It's a deep box of all kinds of parts. It does have all the interior too, which is really nice. There's some of the engine parts, engine cover. Oh, there's the clear parts, so the other must be photo etched. Wow, that's going to be a big helicopter. Wow, those are clear, real crystal clear. And keeping digging here. More engine cover parts. Some of the stations, electronic stations there. And they're doing a bunch of different versions of this. They're doing the Ocean Hawk and a few others, so the Navy versions. There's the sonobuoy dispenser, and the little tube unit there with all the little firing pressure tubes. Wow, looking really good, gosh. Didn't think it would be this complex, but there's just tons and tons of parts. Okay, looks like some of the front, the doors, the instrument panel, everything looks real crisp. And digging. It looks like the blades, seats, lots of little parts. It's going to take a little bit to go through. And the torpedo, and the other set of blades, and some wheels. Okay, we're getting towards the bottom. And it even has engine detail, so machine guns, all kinds of good stuff, rocket pods, you name it. So there's going to be a lot of options to building this one. And then the last baggie is the photo etch and the huge 2 decal sheets. It has a bunch of different markings for all those different versions. Alrighty, so I will unbag some of these and show you what we got. Okay, we'll start with the instructions here. Really nice color front page there. And then that's got one of the first paint jobs, which is the real basic one, the one that the Seahawks originally came in, the white and the gray on the bottom. Showing the parts in the decal sheets, and then it starts right in with building. Yeah, looking pretty good. There's not a lot of pieces to put on in each step, which is nice. I'd rather have that than a short instruction sheet where everything's on one page. Looking pretty good, looking pretty clear. Hopefully the instructions are accurate. Some of the early Kitty Hawk kits, their instructions were quite inaccurate, calling out the wrong numbers and so forth. So, and putting the main fuselage interior together as one pod. Okay, there's the engines, and they do give you 2 of them, and the piping and everything, so you can open that. All right, and the engine bays look like they're cut open, so you don't have to cut them open to display them. So that looks really good. That's kind of nice. Said you don't have to do any cutting. Another color sheet for a different paint job there. And then there's the Tiger Eye one, which is probably the one I'll do because it's so colorful. This one's actually pretty neat too. Man, may have to have a couple of these. You can fold the rotors back too, supposedly on this kit. There's the Shogun version. Nice color profiles, and looks like the callouts are for they give federal standards, but they give you Gunzy numbers. There's the Rotor Blades system, and putting in the glass. Okay, putting the tail together, the folding tail. You can do it either way, extended or folded. Does give you the interior of the fold area there, which is nice. Probably needs a little more detail there, but okay. So, and then there's the last one, which is Spain. Okay, the Spanish Armada, as they still call them, which is kind of funny. So we'll set that aside, and then we'll look at some of the parts here. Let's start with what's in the box. This it does look like it's more clear parts. Yep, just a few more clear parts there. And they are really crystal clear. I mean, there's no distortion at all in those. Only thing that's a bummer is these ones are going to be really hard to paint and glue in without glue getting on the clear part, so we'll have to be careful there. Would have been nice if the whole nose was clear and then these were already part of the nose, and then you just have to mask them off. But anyways, okay. So that's that. Let's start with some of the trees here. And looks like they're stapled. Again, I appreciate the staples because you can just pull them. Or no, they're not stapled. Ah, bummer. Anyways, so we'll cut these open here one by one. Okay. First set here is, looks like there's 2 identical Werx. So we'll set that one aside. And looks like this is the weapon set and some of the engine parts. Just observing, they do give you ammo belts, which is really nice. They're very good looking, with individual bullets. Some of the other weapons here, some of the racks, rocket pods, looking pretty good. They do some slide molding there, so we got some parts that have details on all sides. That's looking really sharp, and we got 2 sets of those. Okay. Next up, Okay, again, 2 sets of these. And these are the main rotor blades. So we've got main rotor blades, and it does look like they put a bend in them, which is really nice. So they look like they're sagged a little bit. You can see it there. This sprue is taller than that one, so it's got the big wave on it. So that's kind of cool. So you don't have to do that yourself. The wheels look really detailed. A little bit of flash on the seats. A little flash here and there on this rack. Not too bad. Some tiny details that are going to be really microscopic to put on. Okay, but otherwise that looks pretty good. Okay. Next is actually some more rotor blades. This is actually they give you 4 sets of the same thing. This one actually, no, this one's a little different. Let me pull this one out. This one's getting a little stuck. There we go. Okay. Again, 2 pieces of this. Redundant pieces. Okay. Again, bent blades, which is really nice. It's got the wheels, the main wheels with brakes even on them. Some of the interior seats, a little bit of flash on there, not too bad. Looking pretty good. All right. And by the way, this, I believe, is 35th scale. So it's not 32nd scale. Most helicopters are 35th. For whatever reason. Okay. The main interior floor, and then the ceiling with some details in there. There'll be probably lots of resin sets for this series of kits. There was some already for their Blackhawks. And there's the instrument panel. That is really crisp. Slide molded again, so there's detail all the way around. And then the doors, which look pretty good. Not too deep on the scribing, which is really nice. The scribing does look like it goes all the way around the parts. Okay. Next up is the Rotodome, or Radome, or whatever you want to call it, right here. So that's the most important part. That's what makes an SH-60B a SH-60B. Little pod here for the FLIR. There's the dispensers for the sonobuoys, which actually have there's a little detail inside of those, which is really nice. And there's the tubing loader system right there. This is going to be a big helicopter. I'll say that much. Okay. Hope everybody's doing okay, by the way. Still dealing with this COVID thing and staying at home or staying safe. Okay. This one is some of the sidewalls. This is another ceiling piece, engine cover. There's the radar station. And man, those parts are looking sharp. All the rivets and so forth on them, looking really, really good. Okay. The clear parts, we'll leave those in the baggie, but you can see they are super clear. You can see the grid behind them, and it doesn't distort it, so they're really super clear. Lots of navigation lights and interior lights and so forth, so that's cool that there's a lot of glass in there. Okay. Doesn't look much like a helicopter. It looks like just a bobolation of parts, but it will make a helicopter. Okay. There is the main rotor head, which is really nicely detailed. Yeah, it's excellent looking. Even has the bolt holes for the next piece, so if you want to have this disassembled in a shop or something. And then these are the bars for the folding tail. And on the back pieces there where the engines are. And some side vents there. I'll show some close-ups here after I'm done with this. And we're almost done. This review is taking a little longer because there's so many sprues. Now, one thing I wish they would do, which some of the other companies are finally getting used to doing, is on the letter for the sprue, is they've been cutting it out. So that way you can see through it, see it easier when you grab the part. This one is just printed on there, so I wish they would change that. Okay, looks like some more roto parts. A boom piece. Exhaust pieces there. Everything's looking real good. Again, there's a lot of flash. I mean, it's not major, but it is going to need some cleanup on a lot of this stuff. You can kind of see it even on the runners there. So the price of this kit is not too bad, about what you'd expect for a model this size. Okay, this is the main goodies. There's the tail itself. Has lots of rivet detail. Looking really clean, lots of detail. I'll have to see how everything fits in this kit. Okay, there's the main body. They did put in all the rivet detail, and which is fine. It's just wish kind of, ones that are actually extra, rivets that are raised. They could have done a little bit of raised, but they just did it scribe, which is fine. The belly, it's got all the details, some of the big screw holes and mount points there. We can try to get a close-up of that. There is a mold seam that's going right down here, and that's obviously for the different types of helicopters that they're making. Shouldn't be too hard to get rid of it. Their F5 series had one of those going down the back, and it was pretty pronounced, but it sanded off really easy. So, alrighty. So, looking good. Nice solid plastic. So, that's good. It's definitely an improvement from the Academy ones, by far. The Academy were basically prone to warpage the way they molded it, unfortunately. So, alrighty. And the decals, we've got photo etched here, some screens and vents and some belts, a few little knickknacks there, and then the decals, very nicely done, very nicely done. I think they're done by Cartograph, so they should be go down pretty well. They have the instrument panel decals, so that helps out a lot if you don't want to paint them. Okay, that is about it for everything that's in the box, and we'll do some close-ups here. And like I said, if you like the show and like the format, just let me know and hit the bell and subscribe and all like that good stuff. So as always, keep on building, and thanks for watching.